Hello, my name is Lindsay Lee. I'm initially from Marlton, New Jersey. I spent 10 years in Sarasota, Florida, but now I'm living in the Austin, Texas area. I've been here for about 2 years. And I was initially in academia. I started out on the professor track in teaching visual art and theater. And a series of life events happened that required my full attention. And so I quit and I get to recreate a life that is more in alignment with my soul's purpose. I would say that I'm an embodiment coach, empowering women to reconnect with their bodies, facilitating how to create safety both with and for their bodies. I offer insight and intuitive perspective for deep connection and growth. I'm an artist and a mystic. I'm a dancer and a dreamer. I'm a healer and I'm healed. And I facilitate healing the inner child wounds, and I encourage you to step into your power. I'm going to read a bit from my chapter, which is based on creation. It's called Grace on Fire. And I'm going to dive right into the middle of it. And the section is called The Kid That Stole God's Script. When the pandemic hit, I remember seeing a meme about how the little kid clearly stole God's script, and with a crown was writing. And then an invisible monster took away everybody's smell and taste. And then everyone got diarrhea and all the toilet paper disappeared from all the stores. I wasn't at my new location for more than 2 months when everything shut down because of COVID. I didn't know anyone and I wasn't near any family. I had only just bought a couch and I felt super proud that I was furnishing my new place and that I was doing it on my own. Suddenly, my workload tripled. Students were freaked out and I somehow turned into everyone's counselor, a trend that tends to happen for female instructors. That was okay because I was totally alone and had all this free time, right? No. As the semester ended, I found a part-time gig at Lowe's Home Improvement and trusted that this would carry me through the summer until I started teaching again. Because an adjunct professor's salary is worse than a teacher's salary K through 12. I laugh about it now because you need a higher degree. Anyway, July of 2020, the day before my birthday, I was headed to a celebration dinner with a friend of a friend because I still really didn't have any new friends in my new location and wanted to celebrate my birthday with someone. I was in the left lane and the light ahead was green. Suddenly, this middle van in the center lane turned left, not far from me, into the shopping center, causing me to slow down. And I remember thinking, wow, that was close. Why didn't you just wait? And then out of seemingly nowhere, this SUV type vehicle pulls out from the same shopping center in front of me with the intention of turning left. I slammed on my brakes. There was absolutely no way I wasn't going to hit them. And this was the longest few seconds of my life. My brain said to my body, relax. No, I screamed in my head, relax. And apart from my foot still on the brakes, I dropped my body, exhaled, and did the best thing that I could. I did my best to do this thing, relax. And then nothing. When I came to, I thought my car was on fire. It was the smoke from all the airbags, and I was panicked. I was trying to get out my door. I looked up and I saw this crack in my windshield and I was really confused about it. What just happened? Why do my teeth hurt? Where am I? I couldn't open my door. Why can't I open my door? My movements echoed the panic inside. The airbags from the door were blocking the way that I could get out. And so I climbed over to the passenger side, desperate to get out. A man who saw the whole thing crossed the street and told me to stay where I was. He grabbed my hand and I said to this man, my name is Lindsay. Please don't leave me. He helped calm me down and he talked to the dispatcher who suddenly was on my car speakers. And I remember thinking, thank you, technology. There's a lot of blurry spots from here on out. I remember being asked by the medics if I wanted to go to the ER, and my thought was, yeah, I don't have a ride home now. And then I actually distantly thought of Liam Neeson's wife, Natasha Richardson, who died from a head injury. I should probably get checked, I told them. When I got to the ER, I was adamant about asking for a concussion screening, and I remember feeling nauseous while getting an x-ray for my wrists that I was convinced were broken. And I remember a friend of a friend picking me up from the ER. I didn't know what went into a concussion screening. As far as I knew, I had never had one before, so I had no idea how long it would take to even recover. Turns out I wasn't given one. And it wasn't until my third return to a different ER that I was finally diagnosed with one. All the physicians that I went to said it takes a while. I was going to physical therapy thinking this is normal. I was trying to convince myself that everything I was experiencing was normal. I was taking Ubers everywhere on my limited adjunct professor budget and trying to book appointments in close proximity to each other so I could walk from one location to another. I would Uber to physical therapy in the morning, walk across the street to a chiropractor who was conveniently located next to a Walmart, go grocery shopping, and then Uber home, all while navigating vertigo, memory loss, dizziness, trouble walking, trouble talking, numbness in most of my body, trouble focusing cognitively, trouble focusing with my eyesight, numbness and loss of function in my hands, to name a few symptoms. It wasn't until I saw a specialist back in Philly who told me, we're out of concussion territory now. We're in traumatic brain injury. There was something in me that just knew. I could sense my doctors at home frustrated that I wasn't getting better on their schedule, and no one thought it was more than just the initial diagnosis. They were quick to dismiss me, unwilling to help or even care. I mean, I knew not being near anyone who could help me keep tabs on my progress was an issue. But at this point, I was eating only with my hands for more than 4 months because I wasn't able to hold silverware. The brain fog I was experiencing was so thick, I don't know how I was still able to teach. Aside from studying art since I was 13, it was in my bones and second nature to me. Every ounce of my exhausted energy was focused on any conversation I was trying to have. Quite frankly, the thoughts weren't even solid enough to come down through my mouth for me to articulate what I wanted. I was saying only what I could say and not what I wanted to say. And 2 seconds into any conversation, I was forgetting what we were talking about. And then I got COVID from an Uber driver. How in the world did I not see that I was being redirected by God here? Remember earlier, I was hell-bent on becoming a professor. I was stubbornly determined and still lectured with a TBI and COVID. Insert strange facial expression here, no worries. I'm doing it for you. It wasn't until January 2021 that I started driving again. Still in physical therapy, we were doing everything to get me to the status of almost normal with basic life skill functions, like putting a key into a door, walking up the stairs without feeling like I needed to vomit, buttoning my shirt, following a moving target with my eyes. And when classes started back in person again, I was putting all of my effort into appearing normal. No one had any idea how much I was really suffering. No one had any idea how much effort I was devoting towards this, and I would crash whenever I would get home. Oh, and fun fact, in March, I realized my boyfriend at the time was actually not who he said he was. Another book, I assure you. Why is this random fact relevant? I sat on the couch in disbelief for 3 days straight at the shit show that was unfolding in my life. How in the world did I get here? I got up after day 3 and I hired a therapist. I've been through some stuff before, but this was out of my league of personal development. I needed help and I knew it. I told her about the meme I saw about the pandemic. I joked that the kid who stole my script was doped up on sugar, scribbling with a red crayon all over Lindsay's life with, and then her husband decided to be with a mutual student of theirs. And then she took care of her grandmother while processing this traumatic divorce, and then got into a car accident and got a traumatic brain injury. And then she got COVID. And then she found out that her boyfriend is lying to her about who he was. And then. I feel like taking the crayon away from this child, saying firmly, and now you're done with the crown. No more and then. At least I can joke about it, right? And that's what I did. I metaphorically took the crown away. I quit my job and I moved. There is so much more to this story. And it truly is a phoenix transition, my life, especially the last 5 years, but it's one of perseverance. And I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity to find my voice, to live within authenticity and integrity, and share it with you. It is absolutely my soul's purpose to create an environment where women feel empowered and to facilitate them to create safety both with and for themselves while co-creating community. Thank you so much.